So, remember the last video when I said I didn't know when I was going to be dropping the second one? I didn't know it was going to take this long.
Look. We got the MMA Look, I'm expecting you to stay since I done held you down. You got some shit you wanna say, you better tell me now. Don't wait till I'm already dead and in the fucking ground. For real. 6 feet, can't even speak a nigga in the clouds. They gon' wait until I'm gone to say I love you, nigga. Yeah. Reminiscing about them times we got in trouble, nigga. Word. Cutting class and ditching school to smoke a blunt, my nigga. Just to ease a lot of stress about the struggle, nigga. Walked inside the house and told my mom that I quit. Yeah.
Look, procrastination is a motherfucker, alright? I kept finding reasons to justify putting it off. I had to work, I got bills, but look, we're here now. I'm back with that part 2 to the introduction. If this is your first time tuning in, my name is Junito. I really appreciate you guys giving me your time. The reason why I felt like I needed to do 2 parts to an introduction, the first part was more or less the introduction to the channel and what you can expect as far as content is concerned, and my motivation for starting the channel. This part is more or less the introduction to me, and more or less just get you guys up to date to where I am today. So let's just get right into it. 1992, I was born in Ponce, Puerto Rico, raised in New York City between Brooklyn and Staten Island. I'm a middle child of 5 kids, raised by a very strong single mom. Mommy, I love you. And my pops actually died when I was 3 years old, so there wasn't any male figure in the household growing up. A psychologist may say that that's what led me to start fighting as early as kindergarten. And I was pretty much a knucklehead all throughout school, getting into fights or some other kind of bullshit, all the way until I was 16, and that's when I ended up joining the Latin Kings. Not long after that, I ended up catching an assault charge. The arresting charge was assault in the first degree. With the plea agreement that I made, I dropped it down to assault in the second degree, and I served 5 years in prison and 5 years post-release supervision, which is pretty much just a fancy word for parole. But it was during my time in prison that I kind of came to the decision that I was going to come home and train mixed martial arts. I actually started working out leading up to coming out, trying to get into the best shape possible so that I wouldn't be at a disadvantage as far as strength is concerned. And within 30 days of coming home, I was already in the gym training mixed martial arts. So along with training, I was working bullshit job after bullshit job, just trying to land a job where I can actually make some decent money. I eventually landed a job where the CEO of the company promised that I would be able to move to Albuquerque to train at Jackson Wing to be able to pursue that career while working for his company from home here in Albuquerque. It was a big battle trying to move to Albuquerque before my parole was over. Sadly, a battle that I lost, but within days of getting off parole, I was on a one-way flight to Albuquerque, not really knowing many people here. The only good friend that I can really say that I had here was my boy Rodney. Big shout out, Rodney, I love you, kid. And with the help of Rodney driving me around to all these different apartment complexes, within a week I was able to secure an apartment for myself out here in Albuquerque.
Just got an apartment.
This fucking guy. Everything was looking up. I had everything going for me. I had a girlfriend for the first time in a few years. I had my surgery booked. I was so excited. And then within 3 months of moving out here, that company decided to let me go. Fuck my life. So that's what just turned my whole world upside down. I had to get a car now because now I had to find a job. I had to rush to get my license. I started losing my mind because everything that I built for myself out here was structured around that job, that income. So without having that, I immediately scrambled to try to find income here in Albuquerque. Luckily, I had my girlfriend at the time who was helping me get back and forth from interviews. But I eventually got a car, secured decent employment over here, and everything was back on the up and up. I was moving towards getting my surgery again, but you know, life has a funny way of fucking with you. Just when I had everything going for me again, I had a better car, I had just signed up for Lyft, so I was making a little bit more money, I caught gallstones. But I don't want to get too graphic on you guys. Leading up to finding out I had gallstones, I was having a lot of stomach problems. I initially thought it was a stomach ulcer, so I was just trying to kind of heal it on my own. But doing it that way, I ended up missing a lot of days of work. And naturally, big corporations, they don't really care about that. If you're not there to fill a position, they're going to find someone who can. So they had to let me go. So once again, I was jobless, but this time, luckily, I had Lyft, which was a pretty decent income that it helped me keep my head above water. But due to not having a steady income, I was able to qualify for Medicaid. I got the approval email Monday morning, went to the ER Monday evening, had emergency surgery to remove my gallbladder Thursday night. And to make matters worse, that the timing on this gallbladder surgery could not have been any worse for me. After 3 weeks of having that surgery, I had my hip surgery scheduled. This is the surgery that I've been waiting for years so that I can actually start training again. I'm gonna make a separate video about the surgery itself, explaining exactly what the condition was. The condition is called femoral acetabulum impingement. The abbreviation is FAI. I'm gonna break down in detail exactly the different types of FAI there is, which ones that I had, and pretty much just go through the recovery process and kind of explain that in detail. But I did have the surgery. I recovered from both surgeries with very little help from anybody, kind of having to cook for myself, clean for myself, just trying to nurse myself back to health. As far as the current status of my hip and my career, I'm hard at work with my physical therapist over at PT First. Big shout out to Felipe. For the month of June, we actually bumped it up to 3 visits a week. And by the end of June, I'm hoping I can actually get back in the gym and slowly start getting back into training and moving forward to getting in that cage. But that kind of brings me back up to date where I am right now. I still don't have a steady job. I'm surviving off working for Uber and Lyft. It's definitely helping me keep my head above water, and having a really great support system that helps me out when I need it is a huge factor. I would not be where I am today without my support system. That includes a wide variety of people, so I'm not going to name anybody because I don't want to forget anybody and they'd be offended. But you guys know who you are, and I love you with all my heart. And on that note, I'm going to end this video. I really appreciate you guys giving me your time again. I promise I'm not going to make you wait this long for another video. I should be dropping one, if not in a few days, definitely within the next week, alright? Love you guys. Take care. Alright, there I go lying again. I wasn't done just yet. I cannot end this video without giving another shout out to my sponsor, the Car ER over on Eagle Ranch in Irving. I was actually in a rush because I had to go get my oil change and do some things on my car, but definitely big shout out to those guys, man. They're always taking care of me. And I also wanted to open it up to any other sponsors who are looking to get involved with what I'm doing here. I can definitely use the help, and I would love to let people know about what exciting things you got going on. I'll put my email in the description so you can contact me and we can discuss exactly how we can move forward, alright? But again, I really appreciate you guys taking the time to watch the second video. I appreciate you guys, alright? Take care.
I love you, son, I wanna see you succeed. You gonna have to agree. I told my mom I'd do this shit, but I didn't. Try to go right back to school, but shit I never could finish. I tried 3 or 4 times, but couldn't seem to replenish anything that I would do for redemption. So I said, fuck it, forget it.